All right, we welcome you back to Good Night LA. Skyfox up and over the pursuit right now. CHP is the lead agency. It looks like that truck is the one that is wanted in this pursuit. This is in the city of Compton. Currently, our extreme nav technology with the location. This is northbound on the 110, right near the Carson Street exit. Speed's not too big of an issue, although right when I said that, now they're up well above into the 90s already. So, wow, I just jinxed that, didn't I? Speeds now about in the 90-mile-per-hour range. The want, we understand, is for driving under the influence. So this driver behind the wheel could be under the influence of something. This was picked up in Newport Beach, we're being told, wound its way here into Compton. So it's a pickup truck driving on the, well, now southbound 110. Southbound 110, so that was wrong in the beginning. So it's now the southbound 110 in the city of Compton. Speeds just about 65 miles per hour. CHP is the lead agency. Good news for those out there on this Friday night. There's not a lot of people out there as we zoom a little tighter in. It looks like an older model, maybe a Ford, if I'm not mistaken, as we zoom in here. So not a lot of traffic, which is good, of course, because that's less danger to the public. And that's why we hop on with these things, because this is a public service announcement. If you know anybody heading home or out and about on this Friday night, please let them know this is a DUI suspect that is being pursued by CHP. The big rig off to the side there, sticking to the fast lane, the number 4 lane here, speeds about 80 miles per hour, 110 southbound, just passing PCH in the city of Compton. Again, this was picked up in Newport Beach, and now here we are in LA County, Wilmington, according to our extreme nav technology. The good news is we were over one earlier tonight during the 6 o'clock news, and that was involving an alleged stolen Kia Soul. That one was really, really dangerous. This doesn't seem to be too dangerous, just driving along speeds in the 70-mile-per-hour range, but at least driving in a straight line, not a lot of traffic. Nonetheless, of course, don't get me wrong, it's always dangerous, but it could be a lot worse given traffic flow. So here we are on this Friday night, 110 southbound Anaheim Street, Wilmington. And it looks like that window in the back is open for as we zoom in. And that does look like a Ford. Maybe we can get a make and model of this. But CHP pursuing this suspected DUI suspect now. We're working to get our police specialist, Tim Lynn, on the line. He was on the air with us earlier tonight. He works and we do have him, in fact, so let's bring it in. Police specialist Tim Lynn, I think you may be even double duty right now, because earlier you hopped on with us and you were with the Orange County Sheriff's Department doing some reserve police work for them. So we appreciate you, Tim. What do you make of this? Here we are, southbound 110 in Wilmington. Speeds now, maybe our extreme nav is a little off here, but yeah, it looks like it's just trying to wind its way around. Nonetheless, we saw speeds closer to 100 miles per hour.
Yeah, this all started down in Newport Beach with the police department trying to stop this vehicle for possible drunk driving. And it took off for those officers and went northbound on the Beach Boulevard, and worked their way all the way up to the 405 freeway. Now, the northbound 405 freeway, once it got up into LA County, CHP was asked to take over pursuit, and that's who has it now. But he was at very high rates of speed going up Beach Boulevard as he went through Huntington Beach, but luckily got through with pretty light traffic, and now it looks like we're headed off to southbound 110. This will take him down into that San Pedro area. And the one thing about the 110 freeway, at the very end, it makes that hard right turn onto Gaffey. So that's always the dangerous spot down there when they get to that area.
Yeah, absolutely. So speeds now above 90 miles per hour. Tim, we always talk about how do you bring these things to an end. Pit maneuver, that's not an option. Spike strips, is that something that could happen?
Yes, they could be setting up right now. Would be a good setup down there at Gaffey, and they're well above that. I just saw the 45 pickup, but here comes the turn down at the bottom of Gaffey. He made it through that turn, and this should be Gaffey Street he's coming up to now. But once he gets down in this area, the streets are very small and very congested. But yeah, the spike strips are about the only option you have right now at these speeds. Like you said, a pit maneuver is out of the question. But as he continues here southbound Gaffey, he's going to be going through some very tight areas, and hopefully the folks here are seeing the helicopters overhead and the police car behind it. But going down that center divider through that fresh red light there, as you saw passing a vehicle there, it's just very dangerous at this time of night and with the speeds that he's running on these surface streets.
Yeah, 60 miles per hour, but just a couple seconds ago, it was 85 miles per hour across that double yellow line. So really dangerous. Again, if you know anybody out and about right now in San Pedro, this guy is now on surface streets, wanted for a suspected DUI. Started down, I should say, in Newport Beach. Here we are in San Pedro. It looks like that night sun hovering overhead, and now just flying through on this surface streets. You see him like going over a hump, and that nice little jump in the truck there, Tim.
Right, he just got a little bit of air going through that intersection. He's blacked out now, a dark truck, so there's very little lights on it. He might have his daytime running lights. It's about all they have up in the front. And these streets, as I said, are very small. As he whips his way around, no daytime running lights. So this is a completely blacked out truck. So folks on the street walking or driving are not going to be able to see this car coming at them. Luckily, the night sun is on right through that fresh red as we continue here on 9th Street. Coming to the curb. Let's see if he's going to get out.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to make a run for it, perhaps. Lights are out.
Hopefully. Looks like he's going to sit there and hope that they never found him. But right there, the CHP helicopter is on him. He's still person is still in the driver's seat.
Yep. And we've seen this, oh, shoot, yes, exactly. We've seen that so many times, Tim, where it's the sort of cat and mouse where they stop for a moment as if they're going to give up, and then, of course, they take off again. So if you are just hopping on the air with us as we approach 11:30, this is a suspected DUI suspect. CHP is the lead agency. We are in the city of San Pedro, West 9th Street and Gaffey Street. Really dangerous pursuit underway. No lights are on in this truck. Looks to be like a little Ford pickup. You see the black and white there trailing behind. We talk about how do you bring this to an end. I mean, now, given the speeds under 30 miles per hour, you could potentially do a pit maneuver, Tim. But in any case, it's so important for people to really take heed and take that warning of how dangerous this really is right now.
Right, like I said, being blacked out like this, going through these small streets down there in San Pedro, nobody's going to see him coming as he comes down the street, or that driver as he coming. And for that pit maneuver to happen now, he's going to have 2 more units with him to do it successfully. One car will pit the car, then the other 2 cars will jam him in. Now here's just a driver just trying to get out of his driveway and move along. Yeah. Luckily, probably never even saw that car coming, now going around him. So right now, continuing here on 9th Street, he's going to get down towards the harbor here, not too far ahead of him right now. So he's going to make that turn on Beacon. So I believe, there it is. There's the last part of the road he can get. So this is running right along the edge of the harbor where the cruise ships are, and he's going to work his way through there. So right now, it doesn't look like he knows where he's going. He's just going to be cruising around that South San Pedro area.
Yeah, and this is right in the port area. And our executive producer pointing out the lights are out, but yet he's using his turn signals.
It always surprises you, the things that people do. I mean, they've been chased by the police, and then they use turn signals, but they're driving about their lives, or they're on sidewalks and things of that sort. So it looks like he might be pulling over here. Of course,
you know what, Tim, let me, guns are drawn. Let me just let our folks on Fox 11 Plus let us know, tell them that we're going to continue our coverage on Channel 11. Thank you for watching.